Alright, how's it going, everyone? February 14th, and we're going to be getting into the S&P 500 along with a few other names. So, real quick, if this is your first time stopping by the channel, I do daily reviews on the Canadian MJ space as well as the broad markets. So, this is the broad stock market analysis video. If you would please subscribe to the channel, I would greatly appreciate it. I'm trying to build up my audience. Ultimate goal is to get 1,000, but anyway, so if you guys do find value in this content, I would appreciate to hear back. I did have a comment asking about consultations. I would love to do consultations. If you're interested, I will soon be putting together a new email address which you can reach me at, or you can comment and ask on the videos. So I will be getting to that soon, but on to the S&P. Daily uptrend. We've been saying this for weeks. You know, we've had such a strong bounce. So on the weekly time frame, this is a V-shaped recovery. Closed, we're over the middle Bollinger Band on the weekly time frame, which is good. We've seen it act as resistance in the past. So obviously next resistance is at 280.4 all the way up here. We are not that far off, ladies and gentlemen. Look how that's I don't even know what percentage this is. So from where we closed today, that's about a little over 2%. That's nothing. We could easily get there. That's coming up, so we could see a rejection. We could see, if it broke through, that would be extremely bullish. If you pile a breakthrough of that resistance on top of like successful China news talks, like we succeeded in our trade negotiations, then I would be looking at the all-time highs, but one step at a time. We do not know when that's going to happen. We do know that this resistance is up here, so that's the short-term level that I will be keeping watch of. Apple, kind of sideways action. I thought it was going to be a nice, higher low and then continue to higher highs, but this is taking its sweet time on the daily time frame. If you guys have watched my past videos, you know that we've broken this daily downtrend and we are now currently in a daily uptrend, which is good. But the hourly time frame, pretty much trading sideways. No real clear direction, to be honest. So we're going to have to be patient and wait for this one to, we're going to either consolidate some more, which is still okay. Which is still okay on the daily time frame. But ideally, I would like to see the bulls start to buy up this dip. Facebook, hourly time frame, yep, looks like we barely broke bearish. So I was watching, here I'll jump back to the daily just to get an idea. Here we go, see, so we had that huge gap up. We do still have that gap. That gap obviously has not filled, so that's something to keep in mind. And I was watching two levels in the hourly time frame, right here at the bottom of this candle, and the top up here. It's kind of a triple top, but broke bearish, and we've been going down ever since. We did break that level that I was watching all the way at the bottom of this candle. We briefly broke it, bought it up again, and kind of closed near where that resistance level was, or that support level was, I should say. So not a clear dump on that break, but just be cautious. I would be cautious at this point with Facebook. Be patient for a good buying opportunity. Netflix. So that daily cup and handle did reject yesterday, unfortunately, but today bulls came right back and we're right where we started. So that has me looking bullish again. Simply because if this cup and handle pattern does play out, we should see some significant follow through. And again, next resistance would be up at 380. So, not too far off, but still, that should be some more upside. Amazon daily, this is ugly on the daily time frame, ladies and gentlemen. This is not ideal trading conditions for swing traders, day traders. It's hard to read, to be honest. It's a lot of chop, a lot of sideways, unpredictable action. I don't like any of this, so I'm kind of staying away from Amazon at the moment. And just curious what Tesla's doing. Yeah, Tesla is another one where I tend to stay away. We're zooming out here, beginning of 2017, and it's just a lot of chop over the last 2 years. I don't like it. Don't like Tesla. Okay, gold's doing pretty well. Looks like we're slowly but surely trying to round out this bottom and continue upward. Commodities take a while to play out. I've noticed that with oil as well. Oil is taking its sweet time, but ideally gold looks good on the daily time frame, trying to form this higher low, and we'll have to continue to higher highs. Notice this middle Bollinger Band is acting as support, which is nice. So bulls really got to step up and start buying some more. Just going to zoom into the 4 hour. Okay, still getting tight on that 4 hour time frame. Yes, barely broke both this big upper wick, but came right back down. So keep an eye on the 4 hour. Once this 4 hour trend really starts to get bullish, I would look for bulls to make a new higher high on the daily time frame. Oil. Oil is looking good, seeing some more upside after hours, slightly. It's kind of been choppy and sideways as well. It's I expect it to go up, but it's taking its sweet time to play out. As you can see, here's the nice uptick after hours for this is UWT, a leveraged 3 times ETF, but it reflects the price action of oil. So after hours, we are doing nicely in oil right now. But again, ultimately, we'd have to break 55.72 in order to see, the daily higher high and keep this uptrend intact. Okay, nat gas. I am kind of interested in natural gas, to be honest. We're at extreme oversold levels. I'm going to jump to the weekly, see what it looks like. Okay, so the weekly is actually not oversold. So this is another good example of why we need to zoom out and look at all these different time frames. We get information from the 4 hour, from the weekly, from the daily, from the 15. They all show a little different piece of the puzzle. So in the weekly, we can clearly see we are not weekly oversold. Apple was weekly oversold. Now I wasn't looking bullish because I wasn't actually going to put money in Apple while it was in a daily downtrend, but it was weekly oversold. That would have been a good sign, in my opinion, if I wanted to start scaling in. Natural gas is not weekly oversold. It's kind of a red flag. The next support level is only right here, 2.53. That is not too much lower than where we are right now, so keep that in mind. And then if we break that support level, 2.378 is the next one all the way down here, and that's not too far away either. So we could absolutely see more downside. But on the daily, zooming in, just daily downtrend. Obviously, daily uptrend would obviously be more bullish on a longer term basis, but let's zoom into the 4 hours so we can see. So zooming in, we're right at, we touched the bottom right here, right? So we come down, boom, here's a bottom, we come back up, slowly grinding down, then boom, we touch that same bottom, double bottom. We really need to change this 4 hour trend and hold this level, the low of today. If we can do that, if we can change this 4 hour trend, that will be big, and I will probably look to enter a 3 times bull leveraged natural gas ETF. So that's pretty much it, guys. Keeping it simple. Again, if you have any questions, comments, I would love to hear from you. Love to hear what you're investing in and why you're investing. Even more importantly, did you buy in on an oversold bounce, or are you a fundamental investor? I always like to, hear from people. So I appreciate you guys watching. Again, thank you if you decided to subscribe to the channel. Hopefully my content will bring you value, and we'll tune in tomorrow. Have a good night.